Welcome to the Hampshire 1900 start for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 30th of May 1951, which is a few months on from the end of the last part. It also means we're in a new year. In the last part, we were working on Southsea and Southampton, but with a view towards expanding our population, which is now approaching about 27,000, although we do have quite a few over 21s, and you can see the population is kind of gone up and down a little bit, fluctuated due to kind of a few minor problems during the winter. But before we get started, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about, and I'll just show you the status of the research. There is no research for 1951. I don't think there's going to be any new research now until about 1955, and then that would be quite a significant date. Now, the next thing I want to show you is that this area is up and running. We finally got our trains moving the crops down from over here, and you can see a lot of the crops here. One problem I have got is the fertility in this area, where I'm struggling to get consistently over 150%. So what I've done is I've put in a livestock farm here, or a livestock range, to see if we can produce some extra fertilizer. Now, the other problem I'm having at the moment is that because I've got two construction trains and a train moving crops operating in this area, I've got a little bit of a problem at the moment with respect to the how can you put it, train management. So I can get frequent kind of messages coming up saying train stuck. Now, another thing over here is I made a very basic mistake when I was laying these roads here, and that is the fact that how can you put it, I didn't put in actually any tram stations. So what I want to do is put these back in. We need a tram stop. I want a large one, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to put one in here like that, and then we'll put the tram back in. Of course, I had to delete the road. Luckily they were all in a basic state. This one still needs to be cleared. I've put another tram station in just here, large one. I think 3 should be enough. Each one's going to have a capacity of 400 passengers, and I think that will be enough. But if more is needed, we can always expand the tram route down around here if we expand the town down into this area. In fact, there's also a possibility that we may actually want to do that anyway, with respect to our tourists. So what we need to do is finish this demolition, remove all that this waste, and then we can start to put this area into here. So, but we'll be coming back to Southsea in a little while. Let's move up to Eastleigh. Eastleigh's generally working okay. I've had a problem here because how can you put it, but for some reason there was no excavator here, and what I had is a vehicle running backwards and forwards. Oh, I haven't released that guy. So at the moment we've got a little bit of a gravel shortage, which is kind of hampering our construction in Southampton. I'll get to that in a little while. The rest of the area is okay. One problem I do have is, open this up, is we've got a bus running here which is basically broken down. So I'm going to get rid of you, and I think it's from this one, and we're going to get a new bus in here. Bus total capacity, we're going to put a Skoda into there. Hopefully that will improve things a little bit. But beyond that, Eastleigh is going okay. The one concern I do have at the moment is supplying food to Southampton down here, simply because I think it's a bit far. Oops, we need to limit that. That's true, we don't have a pub here. I forgot, missed out the secret police and the ordinary police. We're gonna have to put a pub in. Where can I put a pub in? Ideally, I suppose I could put a pub on this corner. It's a bit big. I think we can start small. Actually, we'll start small over here. How much alcohol will you have? Yeah, 3 tons. It's a bit. That's a bit big. I think what I will do is, if I can get. Oh, it's might have been. Can I get it in this corner? Well, that'd be quite nice if I can get it in here, next to the university. Well, students like a good drink, don't they? So put you there. Can I get a... Well... Oops, cancel. And you can make a connection there. And then that will cover this area here. I go down to Milford-on-Sea. Problem I've got here is because I've got this rail construction office here. I've got a workforce here. What I want to do is push this workforce up to here, but set you to about 82% here. Right, we've got a workforce here, but I don't think we've got enough from a bus perspective. So I think what we'll do is just look very quickly buy a bus. I think the Zeiss would be quite adequate, although what we will need to do is just make sure is it on the list at the moment? I think we can just let it replace itself. Right, so I'm just going to wait for the Zeiss to get on the roster. He's probably going to go off and do something, because we definitely need more workers into here, because at the moment we're not really getting ahead of the food. And you can see that we're on the 22nd of June and we've barely consumed any crops from here. So we've got a bit of a problem here. And of course so my one efficient farm at the moment isn't being very efficient because the workforce isn't really working there. So what I want to do is get you going. Get more workers up into here. Get this being turned into crops, or get the crops turned in. The rest of this area is slowly coming together. I did have a problem here in the sense that what I had here was, because I've got this tower here. No, it was this tower here, that I couldn't deliver supplies to here because both of these didn't have a road connection. And this is one problem when you use this mod here. If I come to here, what you'll see is that this needs a road connection in order to build this connection into here. I think overall, that beyond that, everything else is going. Oh, one thing I do need is to get that built. So let me just do this, I want, because we've laid the track into our coaling station. The other thing I also want to do is, once these guys finish messing about here, is I want to build this track in, because I would like to get a connection to here to see if we can get rid of these power connectors, to see how things are actually going. So that is the current situation. I think, and you can see the kind of failure with the gravel is kind of causing a bit of a problem here. Now, the other thing I need to do here, something I haven't considered, is we need to get some garbage collection in here as well, especially in this area, because we've got lots of buildings which are going to need to be sorted out. So we're going to put in some garbage as well. Let me just see, use the mod one. Ideally I would like, if I could get it in, I want to cover the store and all this area here if possible. That would be really nice if I could get it in there. Hook you up with that. Get you there, get the ground crew on that. That should cover virtually all these main buildings here. The next thing is, if we got a pub down here, which will have a connection through there, we got a university here, we're going to need some more, we're going to need some waste collection here. This will cut, yeah, if I can get that in about there. Yeah, let me just hook up with a mud footpath, get the ground crew on that. What's this here? This is the kindergarten and the school. Oops, we need that set to 55. We're definitely going to need some waste collection here. The kindergarten and school. Oh, come on, game. You can do it. If I can get you just in there. Maybe this one would be better. Okay. That should do it. Let's just see. Yeah, 67. That will cover all the local schools. I'm not sure. We got a footpath connection. It's a bit close. That'd be okay, because how far? What's your worker catchment area? I mean, we will be building out this way eventually. I think that would be good enough for the moment. This is going to be our. This is going to be Southampton Waste Services. You've got no power supply. It could be interesting. Let me just check. Well, it seems we have it. We've got power to here, to here. Where? Let's look at the power overlay. We've got power out to there that's connected to that. I think I've got, let me just see. I thought I had power. Oh, I got power to this substation. Yeah, we got power there. We just need to build it. Get these in here. We need to finish off this. So The other thing I forgot was a fire station. What I'm going to do is we're going to purchase. We're going to need some small waste vehicles. Got them as 200s. We'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. What's the best small container we've got? 3 tons. 57. Okay, we'll get 1, 2, 3 of those. Let's just see if we can sort out the food situation. Oh, is it a bit early yet? One thing we are going to need is a gravel supply, which could be a cause for concern because we don't have gravel here. So I think we've got a dumper up here. Yeah, we've got gravel here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to import the gravel. It won't cost us that much. It's just going to be a good way to guarantee the supply. Wait until unloaded. You can go there. Right, we got gonna get 21 tons. I mean, we've got this over here. What's the food situation here? And we got 31 tons of food at the moment, but we're out of crops across the board. But I think we'll be okay with food. I don't really want, if necessary. This is a fuel distribution office. I think. Trying to think. I want something that will respond quickly there. What's the clothing situation like? Clothing is a bit icky, but I think that's down to the fact that we are 0.72. I think what about this? What we got here? We've got this guy not doing much. We've got this guy doing even less. I think what I'm going to do is I think if I say we'll set food and clothes to there. We'll keep it optional at the moment. This for clothes there, and the food from here, and then we're delivered to here. Food and clothes. We'll set it to 50% to get started. Okay, you're picking up food. What are you? You're getting the clothes from the custom shed. I think we'll get a couple more. Get a couple more of these mazes into here. Yep. I think at the moment it's more important to get Southampton populated, because we'll say we've got 507 and we do want to grow the economy slowly, or steadily but slowly. Is it going to be worth taking a chance? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to increase the birth rate, and then we'll shoot back over to Southsea. Right, we've now got that mud road, it's broken, so just remove you. Can remove you and you. I'll just put those in. what I did is I broke the road, so I didn't have to demolish as much as I was hoping for. And what we'll do is we'll just slip in a large tram stop there. Something down here that's get you into there and there. And this still needs to be built, I think. Okay. Let me get these guys. Just make sure, yeah, you've been assigned a place to pick up. Okay. How's my road crew going here? Let's see. These guys seem to be sat around doing not very much, though. Get you on that, and that, so you can break through. And right, so while that's going on, let's plan the rest of our city centre, because of course we can use trams to move around. The other thing I've also done is I put in a tram end station there. So what else? Moment we've got a large shopping mall. I think I would like a central hospital, nice and big. That's one can, because this is going to be quite a major town. So I think if I put the hospital about there, can put it so we can get footpaths around it should we need it. So we'll put a hospital in. We're going to need a not university. I think come back to the university. What I would like is done the hospital. We want some culture. Got an amphitheatre, old cinema building. I think we're, yeah, I want to put it that way so that we can run a footpath along the front there. So if I put a cinema building there, actually no, we're actually put the cinema building in here. Again, we're just place it so it can get that way. Yeah, we get the ground crews on these as well. We're going to need them. So we've got the hospital, we've got the cinema, and what we are going to need is some sports. Sports hall. We've got Sport Dynamo here. How much is that going to take us to build? 104 tons of boards, 30 tons to electronics, 65 tons bricks, 205 tons of bricks. Wow. Actually, I think we're going to use the, I haven't built this for a very long time. Here comes the plague of trains waiting too long. Just put you in there. We'll remove this here. I think I will extend the road. Actually, a little bit of road left in there. Remove you. I think we'll trim this road back a bit. Actually, no. What we'll do is we'll come across like that, and then bring a road across like that. maybe get rid of you from actually. We'll run this road back at an angle like that so that it follows the coastline. I'm going to do this one. Does this? I don't think this really needs to be a asphalt road because it's local traffic. This is going to be the main road. Of course, the tram line's got to be asphalt as well, so there's not much we can do about that. So we've got a sports hall, we've got this in here, and then we can build out round. But I need to find out where's that train waiting too long. No, it's cleared itself. Good. That's encouraging. Just want to check to see if anyone... Well, we don't exactly have anybody starving, even though we don't have vast amounts of... Well, we've got lots of food piling up now, which is good. Let's just get back and see if that livestock yard has been built. Yes, it has. Good. It looks like it's got everything it needs. So what I need now is a covered hole. This is open hole. It's no good. So we're just going to get a covered hole. Total capacity. Okay, just going to buy you, and then we can bring that in. Let's get back to Southampton. How are we doing here? Right, we've got the water quality pumped out. We've got this done here. We've now finished that. We've got the heat exchanger, which has got heat in for some strange reason, which is best set. We've got gravel in there. How about all the pipe work here? This building's without power supply. Is that actually in range? Yeah, it's in range, so electric substation. Got a construction office here, but there's no point messing about. It's just going to disturb everything that's going on. How's the gravel going now? So we got plenty of gravel flowing into here, but the trouble is it's being consumed by the concrete plant and the and the asphalt plant. The game's not really getting ahead of the curve, is it? Let me just see if you've got... Okay, I think I've got another dump truck over here. I've got a few of them kind of scattered around. No, okay. Let me just come down to here. Can't allocate from... Don't think you can allocate into give it a go. It might work. I've never tried this before. No. Right, we're gonna have to move you up to here. Where was that traffic jam? Oh, that's okay. The traffic jam is keeping our... We've got loads of gravel here. And we've got... Is that... We've got our covered hole in, yep. You go to the border. Livestock. And... Where's the livestock farm? Or livestock range. Just let him run free reign for the moment. How many jobs have you got over here? Let's see where the okay, you're down here laying the road there. Where are you? You're on the way down to here. Good. So these guys are tracking along. So we don't want to overload them anymore. Has this been picked up? No, it's not been assigned by the road crew. Okay. I think the problem is we're now getting way beyond the range of the actual road crew itself, so get you out over here. Of course, we are bringing the road in from here. Let me just where's that? These guys. This is our new road crew here. Just make sure you're on that. But in this area, it is coming together quite nicely. Let's just check our. Right, so it looks like we've now electrified everything in here. Let me just check. Just see. That's all done. We've got something here that, whoops. Right, we got this line going back that way. That's going up to there. That's not electrified. Let's do this bit next, because it's a bit pointless not having. I think the original plan is this wouldn't be electrified, but I think that needs to be electrified now. So, oops, where's the construction train? We've probably got nothing to do now. Oh, you're down to one job, so. We're laying that track. What's this track here? This is actually what I'm going to do is to try and speed things up a little bit. This is a. I'm just going to remove you and then what's this here? Okay, then we need to electrify to here. You can see we are building this connection. So we're actually oddly going to get a connection to the border. So we could export alcohol, but I'm a little bit concerned if we're not getting the levels of crops here. I don't want to start exporting too much because we are making. How are we doing economically? Well, we lost a little bit of money there last month. We're still making some money. We got to about 16 million, so I can afford to spend some money at the moment. The next question is, what's the load on our power station? Where's the power station? Negligible at the moment, because we are going to need to bring power down to here to drive. Well, we need to drive this area because this has got no power. But there's part of me that says, do we need a hydro? No, we're not going to go hydroelectric. We're just going to run the power lines down to here. So what connections have we got from here? That's this substation. We got this one here. This is the high voltage. We've got this connection here, which I really need to turn the opposite way round because this is a shared interest at the moment. This has got power. But the problem's going to be is we need it in range to protect the substation. Actually, I think what we'll do is we're going to put another full-size substation here. Just tuck it in here. What is our biggest underground line? 12 megawatts. Now, the maximum output of this is 10 anyway, isn't it? I'm pretty sure the circuit breaker for this power station is 10, and it's also going to send power that way. So, okay. What's the next one down from 12? 7. Will 7 be, and 7 should be enough because we're just going to run a town that there. We may put other, yeah, we're going to run with 7 megawatts. So we're going to run from here under the river. Where are you? To there. So we'll build this step first, because then this will need to split. One to send power into here so that we can run this industry here, and then we're also going to need to run power down to there. So that's going to be our splitter. So yeah, I think we can work with that. I think we're getting too late in the year now to bring Southampton online. Could we? Well, how many population have we got? We're losing population for some reason. Yeah. I think we've missed the deadline for this year, to be honest. I could try it, but I don't really want to do it if necessary, because we still got to build the secret police, the pub. The problem's going to be is that the longer we leave it, the more chance we're going to get that the place is going to burn down. But we haven't really got. I think I need to put some more trees down here. We're gonna have to. Yeah, I think we've missed the deadline for today, or for this part, and it'd be easier to play through and build the population back up. So I'm just gonna put some more trees into it. I think what I might be able to do is see what the population, how's our workforce here now. Still not brilliant, but we are gaining. That's all that counts. I think what I will do is we're going to suck up some of those hundreds. We'll let some workforce in there. I mean, the population is growing. How are we doing over here? Jam. Great, thank you, game. Oh no, it's just the here. Okay. Back to Milford on Sea. Right. Yeah, we're going to get crop losses from here, whether we like it or not. I can't see. This one is too efficient, and the other one isn't. What I'm going to do is take a quick look and see what our track layer is doing. What are you working on? You're building into there, into there. And we'll queue up that bit there as well. Right, we've nearly got the connection to here. Haha. So there's I think not enough fuel for refueling. Right, we're going to need to get some fuel into there. I think we got some space here. To begin with, we can just work with putting fuel in there, unload. We'll put 50% in there. That's now set up. It's also got power. How are we doing here? We've built most of the ancillary buildings. We're just slowly trundling along doing this. Let me just check something, because I haven't been having intermediate resources. Cannot store export still. Okay, we can. I think I'm just going to use that steel up. You steal all the steel from there. Steal all the steel. Yeah, I think the other problem we've got is that we're getting out of range of these guys, so we're going to need to get the other one here to, not that we need this, but you can give a bit of an assist on that, because we've built virtually everything that we need here now. So in a way, I think the only thing we haven't got here is power, is it? You've got power. You've got no drinking water. We've got a fire station here. But yeah, we got power to here. So so maybe in the next part we can get this finished through the winter. Get this finished. What's up with you? Building without power supply. Oh, what happened here? If we got a dead zone, that's not good. Oh. You've got no power supply, so we've got a dead zone here. Have you got power? Yeah, you're not sending. Okay, so we've got to get power into here. We could use a what we call it, a windmill, but I think we'll put a proper power supply in. I think if we put you about there, that will fill in the dead zone. I think we can keep this relatively simple. If we go behind the building, okay, yeah, so we'll put you on, do these power supplies and the tower, because what that should do is see down to here. Yeah, cannot export coal or, yeah, so when the power comes on, this should automatically bring coal to here, which will automatically send fill this up and get rid of the need to coal. We're going to need to get water here, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. Actually, I thought I bought a water container. Let me just see. Yep, my fail. The train. Okay, you're not there. I don't want you. Oh, you've got to go to there. We also need water to. Where are you? There, I've got to unload. Right, so what we'll do is we'll put you at the end of the process, like that. Okay, one final thing. Right, this guy, we've kind of neglected this guy. I think what we'll do is we'll start asphalting in. Wow. Okay, and I think what I will do, can I get rid of these? Oh no, these are connections, so just do that. Build that. I think this is where the main road's going to come in. We'll get rid of this mud road here and we'll bring the main road down here. And what I'm thinking is to stay with the general theme of things is maybe going for a motorway, but to be honest, I don't think we're going to get that much traffic moving through here. We're going to have a lot of trains over time. So let me just check to see. Yeah, we're nearly at the border. We're laying the track out here. It's a shame about Southampton. I would have really loved to have populated it, but we're way too late in the year now for it. One final. Okay. Right, I don't think we're going to push this any further until we've actually got the construction office in Southampton set up, because I don't want to push the maintenance crews out any further. Anyway, I'm running out of time on this video and I don't want it to be too long. So what I'm going to do now is, we got there. The compost is coming this way. This needs to be one way only, because we don't want it flowing back into here. And what this guy should be able to do now is pick up with fertilizer. Yeah, we've got 13 tons of fertilizer in here. Kind of not that happy about this road here. Let me just check the priorities. Well, we got priorities through here. Change that though, so that it flows. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. Any questions, feel free to chuck it in the comments and we'll have a chat about it. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.